Okay, so your teachers have asked you to take a Words Their Way inventory or a diagnostic spelling test, and instead of just sending you all the instructions, I thought it might be a little bit easier to also include a video of how to do this, because it really isn't complicated, but it's because I do it all the time. So I thought perhaps if you could see it, that might help a little bit. The website is simply spellingcity.com, just spellingcity.com. And once you're in, I know your natural inclination is to go ahead and try to log in, and sometimes there's another screen here that'll mention logging in, but you don't have to log in. That's the beauty of this. You actually don't need to register or log in. You're going to go, in my case, you're going to go to Teachers, and here where it says Search Teachers, I forgot I have to do my first name, so it's Marlene Dean. Your teacher's name obviously would be something different, so I'm going to hit Submit. Then there are not many teachers with my name, obviously. Your teacher may have a name that is more common, and if so, you're going to need to look down the list to find out which school. But in my case, I'm at Benjamin T. Bullock Elementary School. So you're going to need to click on me if you're my student. And you will see that a list, group of lists comes up. Now, the test that I'm asking your student or yourself to take is called the Words Their Way Diagnostic. It's the Words Their Way Diagnostic. However, in showing you how this program works, I do not want myself to take this to show you, because obviously then I'm showing you how to spell all the words, and that defeats the purpose. So please keep in mind when you're doing this test and sending it to me, you want to take the Words Their Way Diagnostic. I'm simply going to use another list right now just to show you what it is you need to do to get your score to me. So I'm going to use just this other list. When I click on this list that I am doing, it lists all of the words. Okay. This is what you need to remember to do. I know it sounds silly. The teacher's asking you to click on games, but that's what you're being asked to do. Under the Words Their Way Diagnostic, you're going to click on Games. When you do, you'll see a number of games. The game that you're going to be able to play today for this specific test is simply the spelling Test Me. There'll be times you'll be doing the other ones later, but for now, this is the one you'll be working with. And you're going to hit the little blue button that lets the test begin. And it may take a second, but you're going to see a little sunrise in the city with the little lights coming on, and it's going to have a button that invites you to play Spelling Test Me.
Get ready for the test. Begin.
Okay, and so of course it's going to take you to oops.
An elephant is bigger than a mouse.
So, and as you just saw, I talked right over it. But if I hit word,
Bigger.
it'll say it
Bigger.
as many times as what I need it to. Now, if I'm still having difficulty understanding,
Bigger.
then I'm going to hit sentence.
In the bigger.
Oops.
An elephant is bigger than a mouse.
So then I know that I'm hearing the word bigger. I check it. I hit next.
Burglar. The burglar admitted he broke into the store.
Next.
Doctor.
The doctor gave me medicine when I was sick.
Freezer.
There's a carton of ice cream in my freezer.
Grammar.
Grammar is the structure of language.
Favor.
He insisted he was doing it as a favor and wouldn't take any money.
Dreamer.
A dreamer is often filled with hope.
Collar. His shirt collar was tight around his neck. Author. The author of that book is a famous writer. Faster. The faster runner won the race.
Check your words below.
Okay.
When they all look right. Hit done.
So now that you see that I have typed it all in, I have the chance to look at all of my spelling. So you would be able to scroll down and look. If I saw a word that, for example, I just wasn't positive about still, I still have the option to hit word
Grammar.
to make sure that's the word I heard,
Grammar is the structure of language.
to make sure the sentence made me feel better about it. And then if I was not positive that I liked the spelling and I needed to change it, I could click edit and correct it right here. So once I have the list the way that I want it, now let me tell you that this is a diagnostic spelling test. It is not a test in which you are necessarily trying for 100. Yes, you want to get the very best score that you can because we want to see the very best score that you can achieve. However, it is most important that we know where it is that you have a need for us to help with your instruction and spelling. So you do not want to ask anybody at all for help. You want to simply spell every word to the best of your ability and understand that if you get one correct or 20 correct, you are going to be okay as long as you get the number correct that you actually know how to spell yourself. So please do not ask for any help. Remember, that would be a problem. Misspelling a word in this test is not a problem. I need to know how it is that you spell each and every word exactly the way that you believe it should be spelled. Okay, once I've checked on that and you've checked on yours, hit done.
You got 10 out of 10
Now,
on your first try.
I got 100, but then I'm 51 years old and I was in third grade a long time ago, so that's why I got 100 and I read all the time. However, I am not expecting when you take the diagnostic test, I am not expecting you to make 100. If you do, fantastic. But there are words in there that fifth graders hear. So if you don't make 100, it's okay because you're not in the fifth grade. I do not want you to go back and retake the test trying to get a 100 because that won't be very helpful to you because then I'll be trying to teach you words that you don't need to know yet instead of the words that you do need to know. Okay, now that that has been said, it may take me a second to go down. It always takes me a second to figure out how to scroll down on my computer for some reason. There we go. I'm scrolling down. I'm going to accept my score no matter what it is because it is my score. And probably the biggest lesson Miss Dean needs to learn is how to get where she can see all these buttons. My goodness, I just did this 2 minutes ago. Let me go back up to the top in case it has another. Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. It was hard for me to see with my little old eyes. But you see the word print. I know that you are not connected to a printer. Even if you were, if you print something out, there wouldn't be any way to get it to me. But trust me, you're going to want to hit print. Now, it says print your test results, enter your name, and choose a print option. But you don't want to do that, again, because you're not registered, you're not logged in, no need to do that. But we have another solution. If you click report, then you're going to see, hopefully, I don't always know what this Screencastify captures, but hopefully at this point you see where it's opened up another tab for me that says Spelling Test Report. No, it does not have your name, and that's okay. It does have mine, that's fine. It has all the words, and if there's an X beside it, that's fine. It tells me that's a word that we need to work on. You don't have to worry. But now what do? We have this sitting here. Well, if you wiggle around like you see me doing, you see the little drop-down box come. I'm going to go to this little arrow, and the word download comes. Press download. And you'll notice it takes a few minutes. It says save file as. Now, obviously, you want it to be something you can remember. Would not hurt. In my case, I may put my first name and last name, okay? You don't want to put my name. You want to put your name. And then maybe words their way or WTW. You could put spelling test. Just put something there that will help you remember when you see this again, because sometimes it's hard to find a file later on. But now I'm going to hit save. Now, here's what you need to do next. you're going to make sure your student email is open, okay? This is my student email. You go to your student email, hit compose. Now, in my class's case, and that's for block 1 or block 2, they're going to start putting in my name so that I come up and click on my name. In the word subject, just put something like spelling test. Okay? I wouldn't even worry about putting anything in there if you don't want to. This is what you're going to do next. Go to the bottom and you'll see a little paper clip. Click on your little paper clip. And if you notice, very lucky for me, it says Marlene Dean, WTW. And if you remember, that was the file that I saved for myself earlier. And I'm going to click on that. Then I'm going to hit open. And it attached it. It attached it right there. And then I'm going to hit send. And so on my end, as your teacher, I will get a thing that would have your name, and it would say spelling test. And when I clicked on your name and clicked on your email, and I went to the bottom, and I clicked on the little file that you sent me, I would hit download on my end, perhaps show in folder. These things take a few minutes sometimes, and that's okay. And when I click on the little file that you send me, which will have your name instead of my name, look there, your spelling test will come to me. It will come to me, and then I will know exactly what type of spelling list that you need. So it's really not that complicated. I know this is not something that we do all the time. However, it is something that I think that will make life a little bit easier on you now that you have been able to see it recorded. Anyway, love to see your scores. Just take a deep breath, relax, do the very best you can, and realize that you are not in trouble no matter what your score is, as long as you have done your very best. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.